As content creators for the marketing division of George Fox University, we are interested in testing the Sony FX3 camera to see if it meets the needs of our workflow and the types of events and sports we cover for the school. To evaluate the camera, we created a value system based on our needs and interests as content creators. This includes low light capabilities, raw footage capabilities, picture quality, ergonomics, and price sensibility. To test the Sony FX3's low light capabilities, we filmed in the Bauman Auditorium, which has traditionally been a challenged location due to its low light levels. We used the camera's base ISO of 12,800 and a 70-200 Sony zoom lens with the f-stop set at f4 to see how well the camera performed under these conditions. As you can see in the footage, the image is quite clear and has minimal grain, even at this high of an ISO. It's certainly impressive that Sony's FX3 was able to perform well in low light conditions, even at high frame rates with a relatively high ISO. The fact that it was able to maintain image quality at ISO 12,800 and at f1.8 f-stop is impressive. And it's interesting to see that the Blackmagic 6K struggled to maintain image quality at the higher ISOs. It's important to note that the performance of a camera in low light can depend on a variety of factors, including the sensor size and type, lens aperture, and image processing capabilities. In general, large sensors tend to perform better in low light than smaller ones. And the lenses with the wider aperture with lower f-stop numbers can also help to improve low light performance. But comparing the FX3 and the Blackmagic 6K, the FX3 completely dominated. In addition to its low light capabilities, the Sony FX3 also has excellent raw footage capabilities. When we pulled the footage into post-production, we found that it was easy to work with and had minimal grain, even in low light conditions. Our intern agreed, stating that it was among the easiest footage he has ever worked with. So the footage from the camera is very clear and sharp with a small grain that resembles sand, in comparison to the Blackmagic cameras that are a bit more chunky and blocky. While a crisp and sharp image is desirable for many photographers, it may not always be the desired effect. However, in general, people tend to prefer the sharp images. So with the general picture quality and look of the camera, I would say that's really subjective. In terms of ergonomics, we found that the camera was lightweight and had plenty of rigging options, making it easy to use with a gimbal. While the process of accessing the camera functions was an extra step compared to the Blackmagic 6Ks, the camera still had strong ergonomics overall, and I would say that it outperformed any of the Blackmagic cameras when it came to just the weight and the feel of it. When compared to the Blackmagic 6K and the FX30, the camera was at a much higher price point, at an additional cost of $2,000. Despite this, the excellent low light performance of the camera may make it worth the extra cost, especially in regions with fewer daylight hours. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not the camera is worth the additional cost will depend on the individual's specific needs and their budget. In conclusion, the Sony FX3 camera is a strong option for content creators due to its impressive low light capabilities, excellent raw footage quality, clear and sharp picture quality, and good ergonomics. While it has a higher price point compared to other cameras, it may be worth the investment for those who need to film in low light conditions or who are using the camera professionally and can make use of the extended shoot days. We have actually wrote this camera into our future budgets here at George Fox. I think it's a really good camera. It's really strong and it will definitely become a huge asset. If you enjoyed this video, if this was helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more reviews like this, hit that subscribe button and you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of these.